got 19 cars out here at the beginning of qualifying. Last week we had 19 as well in the GT3 Challenge. Getting pretty populated here for the mid-season races. Oh, as we watch Philip Scott go around in qualifying. We'll go through the field here in just a minute, but before we do, let's take a look at last week's action. Chris Springer takes the win over Dale Morgan Teggy in third, followed by Brandon, Rich Hibbs, Adam Novotny, Tyler Greger, TJ Allman, Joe Fierro, and myself in 10th. Last week we were at Monza, and this week we're at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. This is the GT3 Challenge from last week's Canadian Motorsports. Here's the standings. Brandon Dooley out front in the standings so far with 10 top fives so far. The only driver with 10 races and 10 top fives. One win to his belt so far this season. Only 33 incidents. That is a pretty low number for 10 races. Everybody else in that range has at least double or close to double that. All right. Brandon Dooley followed by Philip Scott. Now you think 260 points to the lead there is a lot. It's not. 350 points are handed out for the leader for each race, so he can jump. Philip Scott can catch that gap, close that gap pretty quick, depending on where they all finish. He's got to finish ahead of Brandon to close the gap. Rich Hibbs in third, myself in fourth in the points time. In fifth position, Morgan Teggy, who has missed a few races, is sixth so far in the championship. Mooney in seventh. Joe Fierro, 8th, Jeff Wyatt, 9th, Adam Novotny in P10. That is the championship as they run here after Monza as we start Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. We've got about 6 minutes left here in the qualifying session. Let's go through the field and kind of tell you who's who. We'll just go through numerically because the positions on the screen could change as they go around. Jason Rabe in the number 2. He dropped out early last week from Monza because he felt that the car was not consistent. The tires were actually changing lap to lap. So he dropped out last week, but Jason is back in it, currently in 10th. But moving ahead, he was pretty close. Yeah, he's pretty close to 10th after practice, so should have to go down to Jason, see how he goes. Tyler Greger here in the 05. Black paint job, looks pretty cool. You can't see his number on there except for on the back. It is the 05 on the tail of the car. 07 Morgan Teggy. Pretty much everyone tonight except for a handful of drivers are in the Mercedes, the AMG Mercedes. New car just came out, so most people are in that. As Morgan does a little change in his AMG. Brandon Dooley also in the AMG tonight. Black is level with the green accents. Chris Springer in the 56. Green and carbon fiber look. Philip Scott in the 99. Standard color for Philip Scott. World Ninja League on the side. Philip is I don't know what you call it. he's a ninja guy. He teaches and trains people how to do the television show where they try to get through all the obstacles. So, extremely talented. Let's see. Whoops! I switched over to order. See how I did that? I messed it all up. Brandon Dooley. Here's Rich Hibbs in the 15. See, they're moving around on me. Rich Hibbs in the 15 car. This is actually Todd Wente running the 29. It says Michelle Guyman. Excuse me, Todd Wente out here, one of our visiting racers. Brett Elder in the 30 car. Dale Dooley running in the familiar aqua and yellow paint job. Joe Fierro, solid yellow actually. BMW logo on the side. Nice honeycomb to that car. Paul Bilson, not with us a lot, but is with us tonight. So carbon fiber all around for Paul. Looking pretty good out there. Chris Springer, now that we're in numerical order again. Jeff Peters in the BMW tonight. And Alex Good out here in a Mercedes. Mercedes and BMW throughout the field tonight. Looks like that's where everybody wanted to go. I'm in the BMW tonight. Jeff Wyatt in the Mercedes. Michael Mooney in the Mercedes. Still got a couple minutes left to go, so we'll keep track of this as they try to get their times in. Here's Philip Scott. Adam Novotny is in BMW in the pits there with the black and purple triangles there. And Ryan Fry also in Mercedes. So still got quite a few laps going around. Don't believe my car is the most exciting right now because I'm not even on the racetrack. Control system to follow what I'm asking. I understand how I can. It's not what it does. But, yeah, we've got just under 2 minutes to go in qualifying, and then they can finish their laps. Morgan Teggy out front with a 1:13.8. Adam Novotny also within 0.2 of a second, so he's running a 1:14 flat. Rich Hibbs 1:14 flat. Oh, as we see Joe Fierro and Paul Bilson get together. And catch back up to Brandon. His quickest lap is a 1:14.3. Last lap 1:14.7. And he's currently in fourth spot. Mooney with his quickest lap a 1:16.0. Paul Bilson with a 1:15.4. So the quickest laps are the green ones. If you look at the top under last lap, if their last lap was their quickest lap, it's either purple or it's green. Purple lap would be the very last, fastest lap of the race. Green laps are the last lap that they clicked off. There's 40 seconds left. Most cars are now in the pit lane, just a few guys still out there. Once they cross the line here when qualifying clicks off, if they've started their lap, they'll be able to finish the lap. If they have not, the timer goes to 0. Once you cross the line, you're done after that point. A bunch of cars still in the pit lane are already in the pit lane, so they're not their best time if they're done with qualifying. Provisionally, we've got Morgan on the front row with Adam, followed by Rich Hibbs and Brandon. Philip Scott on row 3, Tyler Greger, Dale Dooley on row 4, Brett Elder and Jason Rabe on row 5. Let's see, myself and Joe Fierro row 6. I think there could be a little bit more shuffle though because time is up, but the laps will count here. So we've got Brandon coming across first. Let's see if he can improve on his 1:14.3. Nope, he's in the pits. Paul Bilson runs a 1:15.4 as his quickest time, did not improve. Jeff Peters still out there. His quickest is a 1:17.2. Let's see if he can improve. We've got Philip Scott and Alex Good are the last ones out here after Jeff Peters. Jeff Peters with the 1:17.2 does not improve. The 99 car does improve, but just by a tick. 1:14.380 to a 14.381. So he does gain 1/1000th of a second, but that is not going to help him. The 79 car is pulled into the pit lane, so that is it. That is all we got for qualifying. We will start lining them up here in just a moment. So Morgan Teggy on the point. Adam Novotny on the outside of row 1. Rich Hibbs is still finishing up qualifying. Rich Hibbs is on row 2 with Brandon Dooley. Chris Springer, Philip Scott on row 3. I think we already went through these. I don't think there were any changes. Tyler Greger, Dale Dooley on row 4. That puts Brett Elder, Jason Rabe on row 5, myself and Joe on row 6, Paul Bilson, Jeff Wyatt on row 7, Ryan Fry, Michael Mooney on row 8, Alex Good, Jeff Peters row 9, and Todd Wente in the back. So we're lined up, ready to go. We're waiting for the last couple drivers to join in. Dale Dooley and Rich Hibbs still not in the server yet. Well, they're in the server. There's Dale on track. Waiting for Rich. And we'll get started. It takes 4 minutes, I think, for that timer to drop down to 0. Give him a chance. Morgan out in the Mercedes. He's been running the Ford GT lately, trying to get a win in that Ford. Has not been able to do it. So hopefully he'll have a little bit better luck tonight. Getting ready to go here. Our points leader for the championship, Brandon Dooley, starting on row 2. In the next to that's Chris Springer. He should be next to Rich Hibbs. Now, if Rich doesn't make it for some reason, we'll be shuffling up that right line, and the odd number cars will move up a spot. So, well, let's see how it goes. Hopefully, Rich can get in here, and we'll get this thing going. Usually, everybody takes a quick break before the race starts. Get everything set and ready. Oh, and they're off. The green flag is dropped. Rich did not make it back in the server, so we are green, green, green. Standing start, off they run. We've got Morgan Teggy out front, Adam Novotny right behind, followed by Brandon Dooley. Yeah, that's the order. That's where we're at. Philip Scott in 4th. There's the screen catch up. Morgan leads them through the first time through Moss Corner. This is usually pretty tight. We'll see how it goes mid-pack here as everybody tries to get through. Looks like it's fairly clean. And up Andretti straight for the leaders. Everybody pretty much in a line all the way through the field. So far. The chase is on. P4 following very closely by MoSport. Camera moves back up front to Brandon. Everybody's pretty much underway. Lagging behind, but everybody's still on the track and going. Looks like Todd is having some issues already in the 29 car. As he has hit the wall, and he is trying to get into pit lane, and he jumps into pit lane. So Todd has already had some issues before completing the lap. This top 10 is still except for Adam Novotny and Joe Fierro. They're all in the same car. It's the Mercedes Series today at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park. Not sure what happened to Rich Hibbs, but he is out on track now. Rich Hibbs has returned to the racetrack, started from the pits. He is now out on his first lap. He will be in the 18th position, already a lap down. As Todd Wente is currently 2 laps down, waiting for Tony in the pit lane. So Rich Hibbs back on track. See if he can make up some ground. Showing him and Todd both a lap down now. Scoring's moving around there on me. Keep this up front. they go through Moss Corner on lap number 3. Morgan still making some pretty good lap times, and he's not getting away. Half a second gap a second. And 1.1 seconds back to Brandon. Pretty well together, at least up to Dale in 6. Pretty tight action back here mid-pack. This is myself. Well, it was. I was chasing, there we go, chasing Ryan Fry, and I have got company behind me. Mooney and Jeff Wyatt battling it out behind us. Currently, he's out in front of Jeff. Is that Rich? That's Alex Good. Yeah, action all through the racetrack. As there are real tight battles all the way around. This is Adam Botany, second spot. Let's go back to this battle here. This little group of cars between Paul Bilson back to Alex Good. Pretty close together there. Everybody's within a couple of seconds. As we are on lap 4. A possible 39 tonight. They will have to make a pit stop. Oh, look, big hit. Oh, that was no bueno. Let's see what happened there. Ryan Fry gets loose and runs into me. Puts me to the wall there. So that didn't work out too well for me. Back up front. Scott. Not much change out the front. Let's see if anybody else had any incident there. There's Jeff Wyatt, who was right behind us. Oh, Mooney has no hood. So he is involved in that as well. Must have caught some of that action right there when Ryan and I got together. Looks like Ryan and I are both in the pit lane. Looking at the track map, looks like all the damage that was done. Let's go here to Brett Elder, Joe Fierro. This guy's pretty racy here, nose to tail. Coming up, Mario Andretti straight. Joe trying to go around the outside. Does he have enough room? No, he does not. Brett Elder holds him off. This time. Yeah, we got another car in the pits. That is Todd Wente, also back in pit lane. Group up front, still right together. Still only 2 seconds separating the top 5, 2.5 to top 6. That group is still open. I think that was the 37. That was the 37 of Dale Dooley getting a little wide. He is now in the clutches of Tyler Greger as they go through Moss Corner. Toughest corner on this racetrack. I think a lot of people would say that, that turn 5 is definitely the most complex on the track. Followed by turn 2 on car 4. And then the S's, I would say. Tyler looking pretty racy here on Dale. Dale had a little off track back there. Lost the front pack. Has caught up with the damage to Mooney. Is that Bilson in the pit lane? Bilson pulls into It's not time for fuel yet. We're only on lap 7. Oh, back in the grass. Just after the incident with Ryan. Not helpful for me as I'm off in the grass again. Go back up front. Top 5 still separated by 2.2 seconds. Let's go through the field, see where everybody's at, see if we can catch up with them before they change the order on us. This going through the field is sponsored by Stair Fittings Incorporated. For all your stair needs, a whole new set of stairs, or if you just need some new risers, some new stair treads, maybe you need a handrail, Stair Fittings Inc. has what you need. Orders.stairfittings.com is the website. You can check out their online store. That's orders.stairfittings.com. Morgan Teggy out in the front. He's pushing out to a 1.1 second lead over Adam Novotny in second place. The BMW is very closely followed by Brandon. In the number 14, Philip Scott and Chris Springer have caught the second and third place drivers, making the gap between second and fifth 1 second between the 4 cars. Morgan has started a little bit of a breakaway as Adam, Brandon, Philip, and Chris. Oh, and there goes Philip trying to take a spot away from Brandon, but does not succeed. Brandon holds the position. Puts a little extra pressure on Adam in front. These 4 guys are really going at it. This is definitely the race for second. As Morgan goes out in front. And the server decided that Chris was in the lead. Morgan trying to hold off Philip. Not Morgan. Brandon. And a very close battle for third. Decides he might want to take away 4th spot. The next group is just as tight. We've got 3 now. That was a 2-car battle between Dale Dooley and Tyler Greger. Now Brett. I don't think that's Brett Elder. That is Paul Bilson. That is a lap down car. Oh, as Dale goes wide. Oh, little contact there. Not much, but Dale goes wide. Tyler gets through, and lapped car Paul Bilson takes advantage of the faster Dale Dooley, who is back on track now. Now battling for 1 more position. One little mistake can cost you a couple spots here. Everybody in the GT3 challenge is pretty good on challenge. Pretty good drivers. The talent is deep as Dale holds off Joe Fierro for now. This pack followed by Jason Ray, who is up tonight from his 10th place start. Map thing. Battle for second, still the same. Adam, Brandon, Philip, Chris. The gap up to Morgan now 2.5 seconds. Morgan getting his groove going with that Mercedes. Okay, so we're trying to go through the field. Things happen. We were down to Jason Raven 9th. We'll go to Brett Elder now in P10. In black. Really cool looking paint job there on his Mercedes. 11th spot is Jeff Wyatt. Looks like the old guy racing entry with the least amount of errors today. 12. Still with no hood. So after that incident, he kept going. So that's probably why he's fallen back a little bit. Jeff Peters in the 66 BMW. Alex Good coming into pit lane on lap 10. Still a little early for fuel stops. Bilson in the 51. We've seen him. There was a change. There was a change right there. That was Jason Rabe, so there must have had something must have happened. Let's see if we can catch it. It wasn't too far back. And there it is. Oh, tough break, tough break. Oh, and there's a little dent there on the fender too. As Joe Fierro slides off in Moss Corner, pops the wall, and loses a spot. That gave up the spot to Jason, and now Brett Elder running him down. So that drops Joe back to 9th from his battle for 7th. Dale Dooley, he'll hopefully be able to get that car repaired when the pit window opens. Oh, he's not going to wait any longer. The pit window must be open. He is in the pit lane getting that thing going right now. As this could be, oh, going around lap traffic. 2 and 3 going by myself, by me, as they enter into Moss Corner. All right, where were we? I think we were down to Mooney when that all happened. Mooney with the hood off, Jeff Peters in the 66. And now Joe Fierro back there, Paul Bilson. Joe Fierro has gotten his BMW repaired, the crinkle gone off the hood, and away he goes. Bilson is currently in 13th spot, Alex Good in 14th, myself in 15th. Damage, not having a good night at all. Rich Hibbs, after losing a lap real early, and then came out right in front of the leaders. He's still right in front of the leaders, 2 laps down. And then we have Todd Wenty trying to keep it together here in 17th position. Dale Dooley has dropped. Dale Dooley has left the server, and Ryan Fry did not recover from his incident. Word is that he had a malfunction on some hardware and was not able to continue. Back up to this battle for 2nd spot. This is the action on track as we watch Todd still having trouble. Turn 3 goes back to the pit lane. Looks like another car trying to pass me. Looks like Tyler Greger. Two laps down, I'm not going to slow anybody up, so we're just going to let people go at that point. Let's see, the 66. It's caught up to Joe Fierro. Now Joe, that must have been just a recent pass, because Joe, let's back that up just a little bit. There we go. Joe just got his car fixed, so we can watch. Oh, there, that's why. Jeff went a little off track there in Moss Corner and fell into the clutches of Joe Fierro as those two BMWs run up the hill of Andretti straightaway, which has 2 turns in it, which is not a straightaway. So hey, figure that one out. the action here. There's 4 drivers for second spot. Still the closest battles on the racetrack. Joe Fierro's gotten by Jeff. I think that's 11th position. Get back around to that. As this battle for third goes to Chris Springer. Chris finds a way through on the S's ahead of Brandon Dooley and into third spot. Will that allow Chris to gain on the 2 leaders? Was Brandon not really holding him up? Maybe Brandon just see how that turns out. What to watch? Let's see, there's another Jeff Wyatt in 8th place has caught up to Alex Good here in 14th. And that Joe Fierro battle was for 11th spot. Joe has cleared Jeff Peters. Jeff running some really good laps in the 116s tonight in the qualifying session. So pretty good with that. Alex Good, one of our new drivers in the series. Oh, he goes wide. That might give Jeff enough. Oh, it does indeed. Jeff goes by, going up Andretti straightaway. As another car has caught me. And Paul Bilson, who is a lap down himself, but I am 2 laps down, so this will probably not take long. Rough night for me to keep the car on the racetrack after that first incident. Not blaming that first incident, just saying that couldn't keep the car on the track after that incident. Back up to this battle for second. Adam Novotny, Chris Springer, Brandon Dooley. Morgan's still at 2.5 seconds, so Adam's not letting him get away. We have quite a bit going on out here on the racetrack. Battles all around. 51 is now caught, or going to pass me here. 79 is off. That's Alex Good, has gone off in Moss Corner. Lets a couple drivers by. Man, that's the challenge right there. Go off just a little bit, and a whole bunch of drivers get by you. Tough break there for Alex. Philip Scott has gone in and pit. And he is back to P9, going around Brett Elder, who's now coming in. Green flag stops underway here at lap 16. Not quite halfway, but close enough to open up that pit window and have the drivers start going in and getting some fuel. As Brett Elder is in the pit lane. Chris Springer is caught up to the back of Adam Novotny, putting a little gap between him and Brandon Dooley. Out of the pit lane. These two guys nose to tail. Going down the hill through turn 3, back up the hill, back down the hill. This is quite a racetrack. Not much of a flat spot on it anywhere. closest battle on the racetrack for second spot. That's just 0.3 seconds. The gap. As Chris Springer gets a run going up Mario Andretti straightaway, going around through the S's. Does he have enough? Looks like he does. And makes the pass. Chris Springer up to second spot. Adam Novotny drops down to third. Brandon Dooley. Thought I heard something from Morgan there, but I didn't hear it. Brandon Dooley in fourth. Tyler Greger in P5. Jason Rabe is now moved up into sixth position. I think that's from a little attrition. But a good run for Jason. He's got some clear track in front of him. As I am once again in the pit lane. Not having a good day at all. Needs some repairs and all kinds of other fun stuff. As Morgan goes by Todd Winke. And there's a gaggle of cars. That is a mix of lead lap and lap down traffic. Chris Springer, Adam Novotny, that's Jeff Peters. Adam trying to get by. Oh, Adam takes, and Adam loses it into the grass. Brings it back around, but he's going to lose a few spots with that. Drop back down to fifth. 66 goes off. Trying to find reverse. Not always easy to do. There he goes. And that allows Tyler Greger to close the gap a little bit. Got 10th place Brett Elder right there. He's already made his stop. Brett is now the first car lead off the lead lap. That should come back around when the leader pulls in. Across the start-finish line to begin lap number 21. 39. Morgan is out front. Chris Springer is 3 seconds back. In the second spot, Brandon has lost that gap. Oops, that's not Brandon. But Brandon has lost the gap in second. With that incident with Adam Novotny in front of him. Tyler Greger is now up into fourth position. Adam and his injured BMW in fifth. Jason Rabe, like we were saying, up to sixth position. Great run for Jason tonight. Jeff Wyatt into seventh. Running nice and smooth tonight. Staying out of trouble. Philip Scott. He's not been able to recover, but he has made his pit stop. He is the lead car that's already made the pit stop, so we'll see what happens when the pit exchange comes back around and see if his clean track is helping him gain some spots off on the undercut. That's P8, Joe Fierro in P9. The yellow BMW. He's caught up to Alex Good. There's a lap down. Brett Elder in P10. Spot has come in and fixed his car. Came in and got that hood repaired and should be back on track with some decent lap times now. Has gone down a lap as Jeff Wyatt now comes into pit lane for his fuel. Most of these guys will not take tires. They will not be taking tires this time around. See, we got down to Mooney. That was P11. 12th is Paul Wilson. As Chris Springer comes in for fuel. From P2. Brandon Dooley also in the pit lane. As Adam Novotny and Tyler Gregor do not come in yet. They're going to go one more time around. So this could get interesting with Adam and Chris in the pit lane. See who gets out first. Jason Rabe goes by, puts him up to 4th. Oh, Chris Springer with the quick, he came in first, but quick stop. "35 seconds in the pit lane. Brandon at 37, 38 seconds. So Chris picked up an extra 3 seconds on that pit exchange. Brandon back on his horse, ready to go. Adam back up to 3rd spot, but has not pit yet. Morgan, Tyler, Adam, and Jason so far have not come in. As we see Morgan slowing down, entering the pit lane now. Pick up Tyler as he comes through the S's, closely followed by Adam Novotny. Tyler also coming in. Novotny not coming in, staying out on track with his damaged car. I don't know if he's going to get much of an undercut with damage on the nose of that car. Probably going to go the other way. He's going to be able to use a faster car when he comes in. And get the car fixed and back out there, but I think with the damage, I don't think he'll be able to go his normal speed. So we'll see how that comes out. Adam currently out in the lead. Morgan Teggy has made his stop and back on track. Chris Springer has gotten by Tyler on the exchange. Has a decent lead. Now Brandon gets by. As Tyler is right behind Brandon Dooley. Brandon in 4th spot, waiting for Adam Novotny to take his pit stop. We'll see if Adam chooses to do it this time. He is currently coming around to the front stretch. We'll see if he dives in. And there he goes, into pit lane. Keep an eye on his times for his pit stop, as I think that was Jeff Peters also coming in. Closing the gap as he's coming up Andretti Street. No, this is Jason Rabe. Sorry about that. Everybody's in the Mercedes. Hard to tell who's who. Morgan goes by for the lead. Adam's still in pit lane. It's a lengthy stop there for Adam. He's back underway now. He's coming back out right in between, well, I guess right after Tyler Gregor. So through the pit exchange, Brandon and Tyler get by, putting Adam in P5. Philip Scott with his early undercut attempt did not work. I don't think that worked the way he wanted it to, as he is currently in 6th spot, went in earlier. Philip went in on lap 16. Let's see where everybody went in. Morgan on lap 24. Currently working lap 25. So Chris and Brandon lap 23. Tyler lap 24. Adam lap 25. I don't think that worked out so well for Adam. Philip Scott went on lap 16. Jason Rabe on lap 24. Joe Fierro pit on lap 12. Jeff Wyatt on lap 22. Brett Elder on lap lap 17 in the top 10. So there were some extra different strategies going on there. Some early stops, lap 16, lap 17, very early, with lap 12. Jason Reed has made his exchange and gotten up to P7. Morgan Teggy out front now has caught up with Paul Bilson. Bilson in 11th position. As the car is getting around lap traffic. Out of the way. Well, the pit exchange was favorable for Chris Springer. He is now just 0.6 seconds in the second spot after all the pit exchanges. Brandon in third spot. He is about 15 seconds back on these two leaders. There within a second. It's pretty tight. As we're finishing up lap number 27 here. Springer very tight behind Morgan Teggy. Less than half a second separates the top two. So who's going to manage the tires better? Who's going to keep control of the car better? This stage of the race, with 10 to go, we're going to start seeing the cars that did save tires, the guys that didn't wear them out, versus those that did. We're going to see some position shuffle, I'm sure. I'll let you watch the action here for just a minute. I'll be right back. Gap has closed between Brandon in third, Tyler in fourth. Adams still not able to gain from that spot he lost earlier, but still just 2 seconds separating 3, 4, and 5. Chris Springer is 0.1 of a second out front. Here we watch we're watching Chris. Oh, no, now we're back to P3 and P4. Should stay off. These guys are awfully close together. Does Chris have what he needs to get by and make his wins 2 weeks in a row? He won last week over at Monza. Can he steal another one? He's coming around the outside into the S's. Not close enough. As they go across the start-finish line one more time. Leaders now on lap 31. 84 car back in the pit lane for repairs. Not a good night. Not a good night for me. And Todd Wente has left the race for black flag infraction. Has left the circuit. Exciting than this, but I don't know, this battle here for third spot is just as close. Tyler 4/10 away. Chris is 1/10 away, so watch this one as they go into the S's again. Battles all around the track right now. Really hard to watch just one of them. Looks pretty similar, except this one has 3 cars in it. The gap is close, 0.2 of a second. 0.3, 0.2 to 0.3 in the next group. Yeah, you can't tell who's where in this pack with the 3 cars all together to the point where you can't even tell on the map. There's 3 cars here and you can only see 2 numbers. Brandon trying to hold off Tyler. He's got another 6, 7 laps to go. As they're finishing up lap 32 of 39 now. Chris has given Morgan everything he's got. It looks like Morgan's a little loose going through that final corner. And Chris was planted as he went through there, so Chris might have a little more tire left to make this interesting. That's not the only group of interesting. This battle for third is just as tight. This bunch is catching up with me. Lap down, multiple laps down at this point. 6 is the magic number. Laps down that I am, or maybe 7. Brandon gets a little loose coming off that corner, but it looked like Tyler may have had even more, so he didn't gain anything on that exchange. Gap out front seems to have eased up a little bit, but not much. Still just 0.3 the gap at the front. this one. 5 to go next time by. Chris starting to drop back. There's a 1 second, almost a full second now. As this pack for second spot has caught up with me. I'm usually pretty good at letting people by, especially since I'm 6 laps down. But I do usually require them to catch me first, so. Oh, and that is Tyler Greger in front of Brandon. Brandon's coming around the outside here into the S's, trying to get that back. Oh yeah, he's got the position right back again. As this battle for third is definitely not over. Wilson spins late in the race. Oh, he hit hard. He hit the wall hard. That might do it for Wilson. Jason Ray is also off. Slow. He was off there as we watched. Yep, he was off as we watched Jason Ray go by. Back up to the front. Morgan has got himself a little bit of breathing room, but I'd say not so much, but it's 0.7 seconds at this point. Brandon Dooley, all 3 drivers within a second here. 7 tenths between Brandon and Adam and Tyler in the sandwich green in the middle here. Finishing up lap number 35. 4 to go as they cross the line. Wilson now in the pit lane. And up front, looks like a little bit of a gap created here with the lap traffic. Or not. Come up on something. Brett's still putting down some pretty good laps, so I don't think they'll get to him too quickly. Could impact the running order there. This battle for third. Still nose to tail, pretty intense. Let's see what's going on with this battle. Laps down. As well as Alex. Jeff is 3 laps down. So. Battles here, battles there, battles everywhere. All the drivers are getting close together in little bunches. Out here on the racetrack with just 4 to go. 3 to go. 3 to go. As the leaders just crossed the line. trying everything he's got to get by the leader. They did get by Brett Elder. So far, Morgan has had the best of him. Chris has not been able to gain anywhere. Tyler with a run going down into Moss Corner. He's got 0.2 of a second now, the gap to Brandon. Let's see who gets the best run off of Moss Corner and up the hill. This has now turned into a four-way battle. As Philip Scott has caught this group, Philip back to 6th position and is now right behind Adam Novotny. As Tyler goes around the outside into the S's to see if he can snag that position away. So far, not yet. Brandon still holds the position for 3rd. The gap up front remains half a second, 0.3 of a second. He's trying everything he can to get by. Hard to tell who to watch with this action going on. We'll try to keep both of them on the screen for you as much as we can. Chris doesn't seem to have what it takes to get by him. He has definitely caught the leader, but he cannot get by. Goes a little bit wide out of Moss Corner. Will that give Tyler enough to gain? He's making a run for it, going around the outside. As our leader, Morgan Teggy, goes across the line for the win. Tyler Greger noses in front, but Brandon is right in there. Brandon dives down on the inside of the last corner. They make a little contact. Oh, and they spin everybody around. And Philip Scott takes 3rd spot. Philip Scott gets across the line first. Wow, that was quite some crazy action there. Let's see if we can catch that again from a different angle. Let's back that up. Around that final corner, they do make a little bit of contact, but then he gets wide, clips Adam. Adam hits the wall and rolls over. Brandon recovers better. Adam's still trying to get turned around and he cannot. Oh, what a mess right there at the checkered flag. Race is over. Brandon takes 4th spot. Let's see Morgan Teggy in the front with the lead. Chris Springer, then Philip Scott takes advantage of the mess on the front row and gets 3rd. Brandon Dooley takes P4. Jason Rabe P5 gets by as well. Adam Novotny, Tyler Greger ends up in 7th spot, goes to the pit lane. Let's see, Jeff Wyatt looks like he's got 7th now. As Joe Fierro starts to drop. What's up with Joe? What's up with Joe? That is the 79. That's Alex Good, but he's a lap down to Joe. Tyler's down to 9th. I'm not sure what happened to Tyler. He was there at the line. Did he not cross the line? Maybe he didn't make it across the line. It's Joe Fierro. Something's going on with Joe. Not sure what I'm seeing here. This is Jeff Wyatt. I think the timing and scoring is off. Joe out of fuel. Joe stopped on lap 12. Joe's out of fuel. Joe is out of fuel on the backstretch. Morgan takes the win. Chris Springer, Philip Scott are the top three. Let's wait for this all to filter through, and then we will get you some final standings here, some official results. Not sure what happened to Tyler. Or why he ended up a lap down. Now showing him 73 seconds back to timing, and scoring is off a little bit. Let's get some final results here as this one's ended. As everybody comes around and gets into the pit lane. All right, let's see what we've got here. Here are the final results for the race. Morgan Teggy takes the win. Chris Springer in second spot. Philip Scott in third. Brandon Dooley in fourth. Jason Rabe fifth. Adam Novotny sixth. Jeff Wyatt seventh. Joe Fierro eighth. Tyler Greger ninth. He must have hit out before he finished the lap. Brett Elder in 10th, Michael Mooney 11th, Alex Good in 12th. Rich Hibbs 2 laps down after his issues. When he started, he lost connection to the internet. He is in 13th. Jeff Peters in 14th spot. Myself in 15th, followed by Paul Bilson and Todd Wenty. And then Dale Dooley and Ryan Fry dropped out early. Okay, let's see if we can figure out what happened at the end there. Let's back this up. See if we can figure out if Tyler failed to go across the start-finish line. That might be what happened. The start-finish line's right there. So he did cross the line. Not sure if maybe he got a penalty late in the race because he went across the line right after those guys and ended up a lap down. So I'm not really sure what happened there. Tyler Greger ends up in P9. Well, that's the race, everybody. Thanks very much for watching tonight. This is Ron with Big Wizard TV. We have had a blast showing you the racing action tonight. Morgan Teggy back out of the Ford GT and back into the winner's circle, followed by Chris Springer and Philip Scott. Philip took advantage of that huge incident between Brandon, Adam, and Tyler at the start-finish line on the final lap. Thanks again, everybody. On behalf of Big Wizard TV, this is Ron and our sponsor, Stair Fittings Incorporated, saying to have a good night, be safe out there, and we'll see you on the next one. Good night, all.